I know. I was just make sure I answered the question right. Uh, one, two.
Johnson, what's up, Chief?
Yeah, okay.
The Rock Johnson.
The Rock Johnson. The only kind of Johnson.
Hey,
The
there
only.
it
I
is.
love the hair, bro.
Thank
That
you.
looks dope.
Thank you. It's our mutual brother.
Everything good?
He finally convinced me to do it. He's been trying to get me to do it for years at this point.
Yeah, because this ass, he
Okay.
wants somebody else to be on that line with him. He didn't want to be the only bald guy.
I, I figured, but like his reasoning made sense to the point where I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like
Nah, you look better bald.
I've been trying to regrow this shit since like I cut it for Othello in 2014, and
I
it
remember.
wasn't it. So
Nah, I wasn't. That looks way cleaner and better.
thank you, thank you.
Actually, look a lot more. Not that you weren't, but you just look a different level of maturity.
Yep,
Dope.
yeah. It's ironic because like I'm doing more work to maintain it than I did without.
When you had the other hair.
Like when I just had it growing regularly because like I'm
Yeah.
shaving it on a daily basis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That messes that up. Mano, Mano, how is the princess? His daughter is getting beat up
Yeah,
right now.
a little bit better today because she's not curled up. She's looking at me right now.
Oh, she's actually like somewhat active.
Hey, yeah,
How'd she do last night?
brutal, bro.
What
Damn.
what you got the same thing you got, Jay?
Just had
Nah,
the
bro.
flu.
I had some other shit that caused flu-like symptoms.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I went to check in on her, bro. She was in bed, butt ass naked, bro. Like I'm hot, no panties, nothing on. I was just like, "Hey, yo, baby girl."
Body was hot as hell. Is she
Yeah,
congested too, or just like her body's regulated temp is screwed up?
yeah. It's been consistently over 100. Even probably an hour ago, I checked, and it was 100 on the dot.
That's just not good, man. Kids are fucking, their little
Jeez.
organs are boil.
Uh, but But she's looking better than she is today because she's over here driving me crazy.
God bless. Yo,
You gotta
yo,
run.
Maine. Look at my 6 minute video that I sent Jeremy.
Oh, you know I seen that, bro. I seen it once you sent that because we were already all sick around that time too.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Also, she was the only one that wasn't.
No, she was sick. All of us been sick. Travis had ear infection last week and flu. Like,
Those are the worst,
yeah,
bro.
Jesus.
ever since Christmas, everybody in the house has been somewhat sick,
Sick
bro.
on some level, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's just getting serious. Like no way, no. Last week it was definitely ear infection. Right now we know it's the flu. I'm just hoping now I don't get something next, cause, bruh.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
the good part
Jermaine,
is
you're
like she's
good.
out here talking and moving.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always one that don't get the worst. It's probably because I don't know, but they all want to hug up on me and kiss me and stuff. So that's how I catch something little. But
He be letting that shit happen. I'm like,
yes,
man, get your little sick ass over
I know. Cause even right now,
Put a
this is.
mask on your ass. Hi. I heard you being strong. She's like, hell yeah, my boy. You know the vibe, baby. Come on. Good. I'm happy that she's doing better because she looks better. I'm sure her
Yeah,
body's still fighting, but she's looking better.
no, definitely.
All
Definitely.
right, fellas, we are rolling. Takao has a personal thing he has to hit, so he's there. Derek's on a trip. It's his birthday,
Birthday.
yeah, birthday trip. So we rolling, baby. So what I want to hit, which makes sense, is that as we get started, is really a shift in our approach and how we view ourselves and how we approach our business. So it's just kind of that ETE strategist protocol. It's changing to like really a director mindset, not like you're an assistant, right? An agent. I see that as an assistant, right? And because the term is just so prevalent everywhere, you got people who have full-time jobs that are agents, you got people that don't ever practice who are agents, you got people who are full-time that are agents. So there is a big value loss by saying you're a real estate agent, by representing you're a real estate agent, right? So we have to now, we have to make a distinction. And it's gonna be weird because people might want you to just say real estate agent, but we're not. You're not a real estate agent. And first you got to get that in here, and then that will easily come out here. right? It's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning, but it is what it is. You aren't just a real estate agent, right? But then there's other things we have to do to support that because you can't just say it and that's that. So we'll get into all that as we roll in. So it, really like it's an identity shift, right? So we're changing from our norm of thinking and operating, right? The old model real estate agent opening up doors, we do showings, recite property features such as square footage, bedroom count, does it have a garage, um, kind of like baseline information, even how we communicate, right? And that is what digital platforms do. Zillow, Redfin, Realtor, whatever the hell those other websites are. So the new standard that I've been using that has actually been helping with when I'm having, I don't even call it buyer consultations anymore. They're strategic asset audits, right? So rather you're trying to acquire or we're looking to sell, right? It's an a strategic asset call. I just had one yesterday. So yesterday was the first that I changed it because I was working on my buyer's consultation. Sounds like a checklist, you know. And again, these things are small and minor, but it will make us look different. First off, most aren't doing a buyer's consultation. So even if you did, you still are separated from a majority. But how do you really stand yourself apart where they see you as like, yo, this dude's really about his business? You know what I mean? He's really about his processes and his value. And it's harder to argue with someone to pay you when you move different, right? Your terminology is different, which shows a different value. We can think of different industries that they do the same, but they may call it or reference it differently, which now presents a different value. I can't quickly think of one off the top of my head, but I mean, we can think about the food industry. They all serve you food, but I'm sure there's like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. They both provide coffee to give you energy. One presents a more elegant look, feel, and product, and they're seen as different. They're seen as, dominant. Both have coffee. Now, again, the quality could be a little different too. I don't know all the details, but even to their interior of their stores, right? They present it, their terms of their coffee is different, it's more elegant, but it's just fucking coffee, right? So when you think about us, yeah, we're a real estate agent, but we're not just a real estate agent, right? There's a lot more that we do and how we show up. So we have to speak that way, and others will see us that way. I know a lot of you can attest. You've had a conversation with someone. Oh, what do you do? I'm a real estate agent. And oh yeah, yeah, cool, right? Because in their mind, oh, wow, yeah, you're just one of those. Oh, okay, you do that. It's like you actually lose value, not become valuable. So a real estate asset strategist, I feel, is more valuable. Now, do you have to say real estate asset strategist? You can just say asset strategist. It will ask a follow-up question. What does that mean? I help people like you acquire or liquidate real estate and ensure that we're maximizing return or maximizing blah 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 blah. Right? Versus I'm a real estate agent. I help you buy and sell. That's so fucking base. Like you just sound so a dime a dozen. Um, And that is the reason why no one has urgency to meet with you because they can go anywhere and get that. Real estate strategist, right? We protect clients' equity, we manage risk exposure. Like these different words are going to matter and they're going to take time to adapt them, but we're going to be exposed. And also, so going forward, actually, let me just so you all know, I created a folder now. So I shared it with you all this morning. Nope, it's not in that email. It's in this one. All right, I shared it with you all this morning. So it says Team Access. So it's in our Thumbprint Gmail G drive. In here, we're gonna have our pipeline calls. So you'll be easily to go into our tracker, right? And every week we'll have a new tab. But you'll be able to see where you are. We'll be able to see you go in here, report by the end of Friday. Did you hit your commitments? Did you not? You'll color code that. If you don't know how, you just click, let's say that's you, Nathan Johnson. You click that, you go to this bucket, and you either hit red or you go to this bucket and you'll hit green. That's it. Um, Simple as that. We have the pipeline calls. So going forward, all the calls will have the date and the link. So you don't have to go figure out where it is. You don't have to you just go to our folder. You click whatever date you want, and you just click the link, right? Click the link. It'll take you right over to the video. And then we'll have our Wednesday meetings. Every meeting, I'm going to create an outline of what we talked about. So if you missed it or if you want it, and it's easy that we can forget maybe something that was important for us, you'll have the outline of what we chatted about, right? And what were the important components. These are the different scripts. So that way things are organized, but also you have something to reference back to. That's easy, convenient, um, and it's not creating a headache. I know we had the portal access, but then sometimes your login would work, sometimes it wouldn't. So then that demotivated going to it. So I want to erase the challenges and create a seamless uh, place for you all to get everything you need. Any questions on that part? All right, perfecto. All right, cool. So we kind of got that gist, right? Real estate asset strategist, right? Or you can say I'm an asset strategist. Either way, real estate agent has to be a word that we start to remove from our title, from our mouth, and how we explain what we do. It's just a premium positioning that we're moving towards. So
Makes sense.
obviously now with this, there has to be a vocabulary standard, right? Which is going to require a change, right? So things that we normally say, right? What is your budget? When someone, I'm looking to buy a house, okay, what's your budget, right? What's your acquisition capacity? You just start speaking differently. You'll attract different clients who speak this way, which means, clients at a higher level, and they will start thinking of you differently, right? So acquisition capacity, right? Why this matters. Budget implies spending limits, right? So you speak to a certain client, that those words really imply that acquisition capacity positions you as like you're analyzing their full financial capability, right?
Will
What
that
is,
depend on sorry to interrupt. Will that depend on the person you're talking to? Because just for example, like some people they'll hear that and they'll be like, what? Like
yeah,
because again, like somebody let's just say, and this might be stereotyping, but let's say somebody's looking at like a $300,000 house, they might want to hear the budget instead of the word. Sorry, I don't remember the word, but
yeah. So
lingos.
that's a great question, right? And that ties back to who are you trying to attract? If you are trying to attract, or if that's your target audience, then you can make that slight adjustment if that's who you're looking to work with, right? And now, even if you speak that way, all they're gonna do is they're gonna ask you for clarity, and it builds actually trust with you. It actually makes you seem more elegant because most agents are gonna say, "Hey, what's your budget?" And you're talking about asset kick, you're like, "Oh, this dude's really experienced. This guy knows what the hell he's doing." It's a different level, right? So it's a different level of trust. It's like if you have different coaches, and one coach is like, "Yeah, man, so what are you having a hard time with?" And one guy's like, "What's the thing that's holding you back from your next level up?" You know what I mean? There's a different those two different lines. I didn't use a fancy word, but just the different approaches could make you feel more connected or trust differently, even though you don't think on certain levels. So, but for where my mindset is, I can't work with $300,000 clients. All that work that's required, they actually require more work because it's so fragile. Usually limits that low. I mean, you got debt to income probably tight. Housing is going to be terrible. You have to go out so far. So now the commute's longer, more time for preparation, and you're getting a smaller check. So, you know, I wouldn't want to lower my mental standards to attract a client that I don't want long term. It's just not a group I want to serve. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, but it's a good question. Again, we're thinking about like, we're trying to build a successful brand, right? And that takes time. So changing the vocabulary puts you in rooms or validates you when you come across someone who is at a different level because your speech is different. How do you articulate, regular stuff? Do you want to sell, right? Now you say, oh, so you're looking to asset liquidate, or asset liquidation. It's a different word, you know what I mean? Because it's not just you selling a house. That's what realtors do. They just fucking sell a house. Asset liquidation means there's a process, there's strategy that has to be done, and you can even explain it that way. When I say, because I have a seller's uh strategic, I can't remember. I just worked on this, but not a seller's consultation, but I got a seller's audit, right? Liquidation audit. And I'm going to use these terms like asset liquidation because they're going to be interviewing several other agents. They already made it clear. So I have to set myself apart with someone who has a home. Oh, you're looking to sell? Okay, cool. Everyone's going to talk that baseline. Okay, great. So let's start our asset liquidation call, right? 'Cause there's going to be a lot of components, and it's not just a matter of selling a house, right? We're moving your family and trying to extract the most amount of value out of this home so we can repurpose that later for the next home, but also figure out how we can use others to help your family grow its portfolio. You know what I mean? So speaking in those terms just make me seem superior in their mind, but also it's better for me. It's better for my brand. Sell is more transactional. Liquidate is just like we're thinking bigger picture. I'm not just looking at your house or how many bedrooms, how many square foot, you know what I mean? Even I have another one on here which we'll get to. But market calibration, right? Let's look at prices. Let's look at market calibration. Market calibration, again, these words are words we don't normally say, but it's just this is how we have to evolve our vocabulary. We will attract more valuable clients, which will come with even if it's partnerships. If you're trying to partner with an attorney or a probate attorney, or like you speaking this way builds trust in their mind. You don't sound like a regular agent, right? Forget just the clientele. You're talking about partners or people who want to trust you to send you referrals. Um, this elevated vocabulary is absolutely going to serve you. When we're tapping in with clients, instead of just checking in, I got a strategic update. You have 5 minutes. We'll kind of go over a couple scripts that I put together for you guys as well. But some other examples, right, that we want to see as banned. Home inspection, right? We can change that to forensic audit of the property. It just hits different, right? And there's a different level of power behind that versus a home inspection, a forensic audit of the property. The comps. Let's look at the comps. Say, let's look at the valuation data, right? It sounds like actually you're doing more than let's just look at the comps. Listing appointment. We got a strategy session. I actually love that one. Listing appointment. No, we got a strategy session. See houses. Schedule site visits. It's just different. You know what I mean? It makes you seem like this slight vocabulary change will have an impact. What do you think? Does this asset serve your financial goal? So you show a house with your clients. Oh, so what do you guys think? Right? A question now is, all right, we've seen it. Does this asset serve your financial goal? Because the house is an asset, but you're speaking differently. Again, it changes how they see things in their mind because it really is an asset. Even the commission part, talking about their net proceeds. They ask you what your commission, just get in. Well, let's talk about what you have and what you know you need to get out of this home. What's most important? Let's talk about what that number is. It's just a different approach because they want to know your commission because they want to know how that's going to affect what they're going to get. So cool. Let's make it about you. Let's figure out what is it that matters most to you. And before the commission part comes up, you have that convo. So now it's not like you're dodging their question. It's like you're actually having it proactively. So when it comes up, you say, I'm gonna make sure my commission does not interact with what you're looking for. And based on what I have, it's not. Hold on one second. I gotta actually log in and take this shit. Uh, allow login. All right, let's see what it says. You've been scheduled for a video visit. You can come. Okay, I can look at that later. All right, cool. This mindset of attracting. So when we think about how we move, how we make content, um, we want to change from trying to chase business, trying to ask for business, right? We want to attract it. And how do you attract it is one, how you speak. Um, the framework, the structure and style of how. What's been huge for me, that's been a big transition, is storytelling. And instead of creating content, let's say if I want to talk about, what elderlies are facing and thinking about right now, is it considering downsizing because they're getting older? Instead of just talking about that, I'm gonna create a fucking story, rather real or not. I don't care. Like, I don't give a damn no more. I'm gonna create a story. Hey, I just had a call from, I think I create, I don't think, I know I created a post recently about that. Partial was true, another partial wasn't, but that post performed so fucking well. So well. Built such a powerful stance. I got reached out by several people, just they were impacted by that, but also the level of trust in that they want to chat later about some things. But I created some content recently as well. Um, and the content is just talking about situations that are happening or interactions or meetings with a client or a conversation I had or a new client I took on and what was most important for them. People enjoy storylines, right? Why do we watch movies? Because of a storyline. Our brains are conditioned for a storyline on YouTube. The biggest thing is they hook you in the beginning to make you watch the end. Hey, you gotta look in and see what the fuck happens. Is John? I'm sorry, he got kids. Is Johnny gonna get there by blah blah blah, or is he gonna die at the end? Stay tuned, right? Or Johnny got kidnapped and he's gonna look for his daughter. Blah blah blah. Is he gonna do it? So you like the storylines. Our brains will sit and watch for that. So we can do that to attract business, right? It's a different flow. Um, where I want to hit. Hold on. All right, where is? All right. So this is where I'm at, right? So I created three. I had one script, but I created two additional ones just because you have different clients. Um, so for text messages to your clients, right? We got market data approach, and this is more so for like your analytical clients, engineers or first-time home buyers who are like worried about rates. And you guys are gonna have these on your outline. Hey, John, I was reviewing Q1 market data this morning, rates, and this is for people who are like gone ghost since like November or December. There were leads that were interested, or you were actively building and working, they've kind of gone ghost and haven't responded. Hey, I was reviewing Q1 market data this morning. Rates and inventory have shifted significantly since we last spoke. I don't want to make a move based on outdated intel. You have 5 minutes for a strategic update, right? For this particular clientele, why it works, right? It appears to logic, creates urgency through data, but positions you as their market intelligence resource. You got the next bracket, your picky buyers or clients waiting for like the perfect house. Hey, John, I'm conducting a site visit this morning at a property that isn't fully on everyone's radar yet. It hits three or four of your must-haves, especially with, if you knew it was the three bedrooms, the yard, and the driveway. Before I archive it, I wanted to see if you're still looking to acquire in Q1. Let me know. That's a different approach versus, hey, just checking in, still looking to see if you're looking to buy this year. It's just a different approach, and it actually may result in a higher response. Wealth portfolio, right? This is for investors or people who are looking to move up, buyers with significant equity. So, hey, Becky, I'm running some numbers for my 2026 portfolio clients today. Based on where you left off in November, there's a new strategy we should examine regarding interest rates and equity position. It really is interest rates or equity position, whichever their focus was. Are you open to a 5 minute call to protect the plan? No sales pitch, just some math, right? So, depending on who your clientele is, you can use this and make a tweak. But I want each of you to use one of these for one of your clients. Whoever one of those clients that you were working with kind of fell off or went ghost, choose which one is most appropriate and just shoot that text off. Don't overthink it. Don't doubt it. Just do it. Just do it and then move on to something else, right? Or do two or three and then move on to something else. Don't overcomplicate this. Again, this is on the outline that I have in the drive, which everyone in their thumbprint email, you should have an invitation to that drive. And then you can actually star it. Does everybody know how to like star it so you don't have to go look for it? You just go to your star so you can easily pick up any file. No? Yes.
What's the question again?
Do you guys know how to like star your folders in G Drive so you can easily find it without having to like go and look for stuff?
Might as well show us.
All right. So on your folder, right? So when you guys click it, you're gonna see this. If you go to the little person body up here, actually not slide, go to the drop down that says for team access, you hit organize, and it shows you now you can color code the folders. Hit add to start. So now that folder's there. So when you just open up your G Drive, don't matter what page you're on, wherever, in the left-hand side, you go to start, and now it's right there for you, right? So boom, now you just click it, and now you got your folder. Versus having to go and look for it and find out what folder it was in or what drive. Just go to your start, and that can be for any document. A document that you use often or a folder that you go and use often, you just use that. Boom. For team access. Boom. I open it, takes me right here. I got the pipeline calls, pipeline Zooms, Wednesday meetings. I can be home. I can have a whole bunch of thousand random docs. Just go to my start. Boom, right here. Already locked in. Anybody have any questions on that part? All right, perfecto. Before I keep going more, so I mean, this wrap up. What questions do you guys have? Nope, I didn't. What was your question? Let me see what Nathan said. I saw one thing pop up. Nope, did it. What do you, Nathan? What did you mean by that? I don't even. I'm not sure what he meant. But what thoughts or questions are coming up for you all um, as you now get introduced to this kind of a different approach that will take practice and intentional focus to make the shift? Because I'm making the shift, and I'm telling you, I'm seeing and feeling the results already.
One thought I have personally is I wonder if I should take a communication skills course to. I feel like I'll say these words over and over, but let it get into my vocab. It's gonna probably take some time. So I'm thinking maybe I should invest in like a communication skill course or something to get these words to come out more fluently. That's just like
Mhm.
a thought I have because I'm just like I don't want to stumble over the word and it looks like, oh, he's just saying that. I want to say it and show there's confidence behind it.
That's a really good point. And to be honest, uh, kind of like there are classes and programs that help you speak more elegantly, help you speak in a way that positions you as someone powerful. Now those obviously have a cost and a time requirement behind it. So I think those are great. In the meantime, either way, it's practice because you could take the class, but what do you got to do? You got to practice it. You got to actually do it. So you just got to do it. You got to know it's valuable and just do it. You can be in the car, you could be home with the kids, you can be washing dishes, and just take three of them and just practice it. Say, what's your budget? No, we don't do that anymore. We say, what is your acquisition capacity? Right? I mean, say, um, hey, just checking in. No, we don't do that anymore. Like you're talking to your brain. We don't do that anymore. I have a strategic update for you. Home inspection. No, we do a forensic audit of the property. You just do those three over and over, or you choose one and just do it over and over. And then later on in the day, you choose another word, do it over and over. Because you can go to the class, yeah, they'll teach you, but it ain't gonna stick until you practice. You practice, practice. You role play it. You practice. Then they say go home and fucking practice and role play and practice. So is it new? Yes. Is it gonna take time? Yes. Like everything. You didn't walk into real estate knowing what to do, but you're a hell of a lot more comfortable now, right? And it just took time and practice. But this shift is gonna be huge. Saying when someone asks you what do you want to do, you're gonna be so tempted to just say real estate agent because you're just more comfortable. You're like, I don't know how it's gonna sound. Just say it. Say something different. I'm an asset strategist in real estate, or I'm a real estate asset strategist. I'm an asset strategist in real estate. You just sound way more valuable than I'm a real estate agent, right? Um, He's showing a house. So what do you guys think? Versus, does this asset serve your financial goals? You're not asking, hey, did you like the kitchen? Fuck that. Do we think this asset serves the financial goals? Now that conversation may brew into something different, but you just set yourself apart. It's harder for them to want to leave you or get tempted by another agent and want to walk away. You know, do you want to sell? Are you ready to liquidate the asset? So we can talk strategy. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I thought you were gearing up.
Well, I mean, full disclosure, I was in the bathroom, so I didn't really want to talk while I was in the bathroom, so I was typing.
Good, good. Well, at least you're still engaged while you were, you know what I'm saying, handling the business.
That's
Handling.
why you were calling me out. I'm like, how do I answer this guy now?
And I have again on the outline here. So we have those vocab standards, right? Those thoughts and the scripts here. Again, I want you all choose one. I don't care. Choose one, find that client, and just send that text. Make whatever adjustments on some of the spots as far as the name or the things they were interested in or whatever, and just send a text. If you want to be an overachiever, send it to 4 people, and then move on.
I'm
Move on.
gonna call somebody to the stand. I'm gonna call Nathan to the stand because he can already talk like this naturally. Like
There you go.
Nathan's just highly intelligent. Like Nathan, show us your ways, bro.
You know what may be good is like, if you're in a car drive, just make it 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Nathan, I
down.
got 2 minutes, bro. Let's just do a quick run through of the vocab section. And like literally that. I don't want no small talk. Let's hit this real quick. Throw out a couple booms. You hit it. All right, cool. Check you later. You know what I
Yep.
mean? You can, Jermaine, blah, blah, blah. Let's just run it real quick. You got time? Cool. Let's run it real quick. Just want to hit blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, but this is how it's going to stick. Is that work? Yeah. But do you want to do baseline shit and get baseline results, or you want to literally evolve your thought process, how you speak, how you show up to attract the opportunity to be in another room? You know what I mean? To earn bigger business, to earn more sound business where they're not going nowhere. No one can steal it from you. You go on a listing appointment, it's like your approach is just non-comparable. You know, instead of saying, hey, let's do a walk through of the property. Hey, I'm gonna do a forensic audit of the property just so I can be aware of what buyers are gonna see and what hurdles we may have to face.
Schedule.
What what agent is saying that in you know what I mean, a meeting with a seller, an asset liquidation meeting,
Forensic audit of the property. That's one I got to get used to.
a forensic audit of the property. Who talks like that? That's dope. But that's really like that's deeper than let me do a little inspection. Let me walk around and check out the prop now. That's basic. Let's do a forensic audit of the property so we can be prepared and see what things we can get ahead of and what things, you know, may come up.
Yeah,
So I can
it does
protect your asset.
accomplish more. It even an asset was an asset specialist or asset protection specialist. Okay, it's not just your real estate agent. You're also advertising your network, the trusts, the tax professionals, and everything else that comes with it. Okay, forensic audit, not just the home inspection, but the lead inspection and all the other things. Make sure the permits are all closed and everything. So it does accomplish more. Saying this, I get it.
Hell yeah. And I love you just brought up a great point. Your resources. You find out after, during your liquidation meeting, they brought the house 25 years ago. They got over 500K in equity. You can say, hey, this is why this asset liquidation meeting matters because you potentially may be in a position where you get hit with excess tax. I forgot what the freaking word is.
Capital gains.
Capital gains. So I'm going to connect you with my, um, I don't know their title, my wealth management audit team, so we can be a proactive and figure out what we can do now, so you're not giving away 30, 40%, of your hard-earned equity. I'm gonna put that on a checklist, and we're gonna follow up with that. Who's thinking like that? But that title now supports what you're saying. You're different. You aren't just a real estate agent, So again, it takes time to adapt, and adapt is really trust, right? We typically reject or slow to act on something we don't believe in yet. But it's what do you got to lose? I mean, it's clear as day. one person speaking this way and one speaking that way. One sounds basic, like everybody else, and one sounds different. It makes you curious or it makes you impressed, whatever it may be, but it's better than sounding ordinary. So I'll let that stick. Appreciate you guys being here. You have the outline. The meeting will be in that folder. You have any questions, let me know.
The slide is
Uh,
in the folder too.
yes, I'm gonna have that in there. Great question. I'll set up it'll be in the Wednesday meeting folder. Yep, it'll be there. So great question. Thank you for that. All right, crew. Shout out to y'all. Love. Let's go get it. Send the text. Choose one. Figure out which one. Promise you, just do it. And then your body will actually like that momentum of executing. And that's gonna figure out what's the next thing y'all can check off. So, all right, crew. We will chat soon.
All right, guys.
All right.